you're well. Welcome to one of the first bits of news for season 2024. We have some fixture updates. Now, some news has filtered through via Fox Footy, via the Herald Sun. A few journos have started to report on some of the suggested changes. Now, this came up a few weeks ago. There was a suggestion that the AFL might be doing some sort of gather round type thing across Queensland or New South Wales. It looks like that might be going ahead. So according to Fox Footy, the fixture is tipped to be released on the 16th of November. So that's in a few weeks from today. So stay tuned. We'll definitely unpack the fixture as it comes out. I was curious around this new concept that they are suggesting. Now, for Carlton, for us, we are so used to playing the first game of the season against the Tigers, that Thursday night. It's been a staple of what we do for over a decade. I remember going to those round one games and it just being 4 points to Carlton, easy money, not a problem. Then that turned around for a while, and I think it kind of evened itself out. And, you know, now that we've sort of come back into contention, it looks like that might be taken away. But let's unpack what the suggestions are, and then we will report back when they're made official. So the Herald Sun is reporting that a 4-game opening weekend held across New South Wales and Queensland, giving the sides involved a second bye week at some point across the season. So the report claims that the opening weekend has been given a code name by the clubs, Round Zero. Now, anything that's got any form of innovation to it, I know is going to be met with a bit of pushback, and that's the first thing I thought of when I read Round Zero.
I am so sorry to my world. This is not what we want.
So the way it is apparently going to work is that 4 games will be played in this Round Zero from the 8th of March to the 10th of March, while Round 1 would be comprised of 9 games and take place, the week after, March 14th to the 17th. The games featured in Round 0 would include the preliminary final rematches of GWS and Collingwood and Brisbane and Carlton, plus the Brodie Grundy Cup of Sydney and Melbourne and the Damien Hardwick Cup of Gold Coast and Richmond. So first things first, there's the mention of Carlton. It is suggested that we would then play Richmond in Round 2 to officially launch the season. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, but whatever. Long story short, it looks like we're going to be playing the Brisbane Lions, reportedly, first up, again, at the Gabba. And then we go into our second game, which would be against the Tigers at the MCG. There is a suggestion that there have been requests made for Carlton to play Essendon again on the King's Birthday Eve. If we all remember, that was around 13 in season 2023. That was the... You know what? That was maybe the blessing. That was the hole that we needed to find ourselves in to turn it around. We also have a request to continue to play North Melbourne in the Good Friday match, as we took over from the Western Bulldogs the year before. And so let's stop for a minute. So to play the Brisbane Lions first up at the Gabba is the suggestion in this special round 0, whatever you call it. It's unclear right now, but that is the suggestion, and it's been made for a few weeks. I've seen the reaction, and like I said earlier, I think anytime anything new is brought to the table in footy or in Australian culture, it's generally met with a pushback. This has been no different. It's been quite funny to watch the reaction. From my lens, if I'm being totally honest, I could not care less. I couldn't care less. No excuses. We have to play the season anyway. The order in which we play the games, I really could not care less. Doesn't matter to me. I think to be the best, you've just got to complain the least and get the job done. And I don't think there is a good reason other than the tradition to suggest that we shouldn't be changing up round one. You know, do I like going to Richmond round one and playing on the Thursday night? Yeah, I do. It's great. It's awesome. But is it so important that it's going to affect the way I enjoy the season? Absolutely not. I couldn't care less. So that's what I think. I'm fine with innovation. I'm fine with the league trying new things. My hope is that by playing in this, round zero concept, that we get sort of a concession later on in the year. So whether that's a bye at a good time for us, or whether that's an extra game at the MCG, there is the suggestion there of continuing on the King's Birthday Eve tradition with the Bombers, continuing on with the Good Friday game against North Melbourne. So I think it pays us back in the long run. I'm just not worried. I'm not worried. I like sitting back and watching the reaction to change. So that's that. The AFL is predicted to lock in the first 15 or so rounds to give us some fixture certainty. And I think they'll do what they did in season 2023. They'll have the games that we're all going to play, and they've got to decide on when they're played. I actually like that system. I think what it does is it removes the situation where you think certain teams will, deserve primetime slots, and then for whatever reason they don't. And that's happened for Carlton in the past. We've had early season, we've had a fixture release, they've put us in primetime slots, we just haven't come to the table, and it's been really hard to watch. So I kind of get that. I like that system. I think it keeps the season exciting, and it makes sure that it ends on an exciting note. Gather Round is going to return Thursday, April the 4th to Sunday, April the 7th in South Australia. So that's what we know right now. So that's the news. That's what we have right now. What do you think? Leave some thoughts in the comments below. What is your reaction to this new concept? I don't know if it's actually going to go through. The fact that it's been reported for a couple of weeks tells me that it probably is going to happen, or something different will happen. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Give reasons why you think we should go ahead with this, and we'll chat about it there. Go Blues.